I'm with Caleb Gindl of the Lancaster Barnstormers. Caleb, you're drafted in the fifth round of the 2007 draft. What do you remember about that day and your reaction to getting drafted by the Brewers?
I just remember sitting around with a family and friends and just waiting on that phone call, and it was a pretty special moment, for Milwaukee to give me that opportunity. That's something you dream about. You wait your whole life on that. You put all, the hard work into it, to get a shot to play Major League Baseball, so that was a pretty special day.
So when you first joined professional baseball and the minor leagues, did your thoughts on minor league baseball change? Like, were your expectations of being in the minor leagues different prior to the draft than when you became a professional and realized the reality of minor league ball?
I think as far as I guess the everyday grind and the travel and, the spread you get, the lower levels, as far as the food that you get and those little things, like you don't really think about that when you get drafted. You think, oh, it's pro ball, it's going to, and it's not, but that's what makes it that much better, makes you work, that much harder. So it's all bittersweet in that.
You spent 6 seasons in the Brewers minor leagues before you reached the major leagues. Were there any doubts ever that you would never even make it to the big leagues one day?
I had 1 year in 2012, I believe it was. I hurt my back last day of the season, and I wasn't real sure, if my opportunity would ever come again. I felt like I was pretty close there for a little bit, and then I hurt my back, and that's the only time I really had a doubt in my mind that, I wasn't sure. But I bounced back, the next year and was healthy and was fine. And as soon as I knew I was healthy again, I knew I'd be fine and I'd make it.
You were called up by the Milwaukee Brewers in 2013, played in 53 games with them that year. Your first career home run, walk-off home run against the Miami Marlins in 13 innings. First off, did you know it was going out when you hit it? And second, what was, that like rounding the bases and a crowd of that size cheering for you? That sounds like a dream, basically.
Yeah, it is a dream come true. When I hit it, honestly, I thought it was a homer, but I didn't know if it was going to be fair or foul. And that was in, if you look at the video, you'll see my reaction around it first. I'm looking at Coach, Cedar, Eddie, and he's telling me, it was a fair ball. And then I realized it was a homer. But it was, it was a little weird. My teammates weren't at home plate. They were all up in the tunnel waiting on me. So, I went up in the tunnel. They got me because it was my first one. But that's definitely the highlight of my career for sure.
Yeah. When you were with the Brewers, who were some of the teammates you had over there that you really connected to well, or, maybe they took you under their wing?
Carlos Gomez was a guy that really treated me well over there when I was up. Ricky Weeks, another guy that treated me really good. Kyle Loesch. K-Rod was there. He was really good. But, those guys are the guys I remember, like, man, if I ever made it and, a guy comes in, I want to be treated like that. They remember where they came from. They really took care of me. So I appreciate those guys.
Now, in end of 2014, the Brewers designated you for assignment. You signed with the Toronto Blue Jays, spent last year at AAA with Buffalo. How would you sum up your 2015 season, playing the whole year at AAA, and after spending the last couple of years in the big leagues, you didn't get that chance last year with Toronto?
Yeah, it was kind of an unfortunate situation. I got hurt early and just wasn't able to fully come back from it, pulled a hamstring. So it was kind of a grind, but that's the ups and downs with this game, and that's what makes it so much better, when you get those opportunities to go up. So it was a grind last year, but those years make you mentally stronger and make you a better player.
Now, right now you're playing with the Lancaster Barnstormers of the Atlantic League. What was your connection to coming to Lancaster, and why did you choose the Atlantic League as your platform to show people that, hey, I'm still a big league ball player, really?
Well, I heard good things about this league. It's, your first thought of independent ball is kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that. But I heard really good things about this league from guys that have played here last year. And then my agent contacted Butch, and then, Butch brought me in. And I heard I'd really get along, great with him, with his personality. And I have, I love Butch. But it's been a good year. And like I said, the competition here is actually really good. It's not what you would think when you think independent ball. It's much better. It's AAA baseball.
Yeah. So when you were up in the major leagues, did you have any favorite major league ballparks you got to play in? Because there's some nice ones up there.
I liked hitting in Cincinnati, so I'm going to tell you the ones that are good to hit in, obviously, are my favorite ones. But Cincinnati was one I really enjoyed. I enjoyed Miller Park. I loved Miller Park. I loved playing there. And I'd say the next one would probably be, if I had to pick one, Seattle. I really like Seattle.
That's a beautiful one. And toughest pitchers for you up there in the major leagues?
Chapman.
Chapman.
Yeah, I had a
I've
few
heard
at
that
bat.
one a
Yeah,
few
if I had
times.
left on left, that's not that's not a lot of fun. So.
Final question for you. This is an either/or question, so you can choose which one you want to answer. So either what is the strangest place a fan has ever recognized you at, or what is the strangest item you have ever autographed?
Oh man, I'd say I haven't really had any crazy autograph things, So I would say it'd have to be somebody recognizing me. And one time in Wrigley, they didn't. It was just weird because we had to go across the street in our full uni and get the team coffee. So that was, that was in full uni. So that was a little weird, that one.
Gotcha. Caleb, all the best. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.